Chicago Bears. Things get interesting here. All right. Chicago Bears, they were 8-8 last year. They just narrowly missed the playoffs. Oh, no, they got in. Excuse me. What the hell am I talking about?
Sour.
I guess so. The QB battle. So, yeah, I mean, I was thinking of Andy Dalton, and it threw me off. Jesus Christ. The QB battle is the storyline, though. Justin Fields versus Andy Dalton. You got Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace are both on the hot seat. All right? You got Tariq Cohen returning from injury. You got Anthony Miller was traded. A little small something there. Maybe opens the door for Darnell Mooney to play a little bit more.
I like him this year, dude.
I like him a lot, too. They signed Jason Peters.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Which actually might matter
False
because...
start.
Yeah. He broke his foot getting out of bed.
Hey, the reason I say that, though, it might matter because the biggest storyline might be that no one's talking about this. Their draft pick, Tevin Jenkins, supposed to solve their tackle issues over the years, all right? He had back surgery and might be out for the year. This offensive line is deeply concerning. Always has been.
Yeah.
So,
and for some reason, they're starting Andy Dalton, which makes no sense.
No,
he's gonna get his ass whooped on that line.
Makes sense to me.
Really?
If they have a shit offensive line, fuck yeah. I don't want my rookie quarterback getting pummeled back there.
He's got escapability at least.
That's cool. Let Andy Dalton take the fucking beating.
Listen,
Not my fucking rookie quarterback.
The kid can play. Start Justin Fields.
It's not worth it.
Just start him because you want to know why? Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace are going to lose their jobs if not. You got to start the kid and see what he can do.
I really don't understand why Nagy would be on the hot seat. He was making the playoffs with Mitchell Trubisky.
I know. I agree with you, Mike.
I
agree with you.
I think he's a great coach, but this is how it's being portrayed. And
this is the NFL.
Yeah,
that's the bottom line.
It's a results league.
It's a business.
But he's had the results.
He has the results.
That's why it's stunning.
Yeah,
it's crazy, dude.
So I want to see the kid play, and I'm gonna say this about Mr. Allen Robinson, who. I mean, we're going to talk about receivers next show. We're going to have our top 10 receivers, which should be equally as fucking fire.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little less fire, but it's going to be fucking fire. I mean, I don't know.
With this group, dude, I expect nothing.
Yeah, I mean, if Allen Robinson has Justin Fields, though, I mean, sky's the limit there, too. He's always fringe top 10. So, fantasy perspective, I mean, I love drafting him every year because he's a target hog and a red zone target hog. But, so Allen Robinson's back. He's on the franchise tag. And he's going to be playing for that money. One of the best receivers in the league. Darnell Mooney. So one of those guys that could be ascending as one of the league's premier deep threats. He's the wide receiver too. You guys like him, right?
I like him a lot. I think he's a sleeper, for sure.
I mean, and I've seen him going later than he should in drafts so far. ADP-wise, I think he's going really late. And I mean, this is another thing where if Justin Fields is the quarterback...
He can extend the play.
And he can throw downfield.
Yep.
I mean, no shade to Andy Dalton. He's probably a pretty good backup at this point.
Did you see the throw Justin Fields made to the tight end in like triple coverage?
Threaded the needle, and that was his last pass of the preseason. It was a touchdown, right? That's the one you're talking about?
And I'm saying, how do you look at that and go, you know what? Yeah, let's start Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton's last throw of the preseason was a blatant pick to a linebacker. Threw it right into his hands.
Fucking gingers.
Jeez.
No disrespect to any gingers
Come on
out there.
now.
I love gingers. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. Today's world, I got to be careful with that.
You just made a Carson Wentz. I understand.
I would be too, honestly.
He didn't mean that, guys. Tariq Cohen, though, do you think he can rebound and be a productive fantasy asset in PPR at least?
It's hard to judge him for me, dude, because like David Montgomery gets so many touches per game, and he stinks.
But isn't it because of the running back injuries though? Like honestly, I think that's why it happened, because he was losing work to Mike Davis, literally. I mean, I don't think he's any good either. I mean, he had some good weeks last year. Mostly volume driven in fantasy, though.
But going back to what you were just saying, Justin Fields, I would take a chance on Tariq Cohen late. Andy Dalton, I could live with that.
But Andy Dalton is a check down king.
All right, fair point.
I got no interest in any Bears running backs. I don't
either.
The only player that I would have interest in the Bears would be Allen Robinson. It doesn't matter whose quarterback is.
Mooney.
Yeah,
to a degree.
There's a lot of wide receivers.
A late round pick.
Yeah,
like one of those guys at the very end of your bench that could be like, he could be a Deshaun Jackson type where he blows up some weeks. He could be better than that. You don't even know. But
Possibly. I don't know. I kind of look consistency, so I don't know how consistent he could be on the week-to-week basis. But Allen Robinson's awesome. It doesn't matter who his quarterback is. Trubisky, he's always a top 5, top 10 fantasy option at wide receiver, regardless of the quarterback
Stud.
play. Yeah, he's just awesome. That's the only player that I would be interested in Chicago.
So you guys don't have interest in Justin Fields as a late round pick, like towards the end of your draft, as a backup quarterback?
I think he would be awesome in a keeper league.
I kind of feel tempted to take him at the end of my draft. He could be one of those league winner types. I mean, he could ascend into the top 10 very easily. He has a path to do it if he plays.
I'm not sold on him yet. I got to see more than preseason, man. I look,
That doesn't mean I'm
preseason's
sold.
cool. I get it. It's cool. But it's preseason. You know what I mean?
It don't mean I'm sold.
It's going to be much faster. Like, teams are actually going to game plan against you.
I just
It
think,
ain't going to be this fucking vanilla defense they're playing. They're going to be actually playing.
I think he's a good player, though. He's proven it everywhere he's been. He just kind of got, like, some shade because he's got a learning disability.
I'm not saying
You know?
he's not talented. He's very talented. He was drafted where he's at because of his talent.
Uh-huh.
But I'm just saying, like, it's
Should've
just
been higher.
preseason. Like, we gotta just take a chill pill, relax, and we'll have to watch it during the regular season. That's where you make your money.
I just think he's
not
better than
preseason.
Andy Dalton. That's all.
Oh yeah. No.
Like,
well,
he should be playing. And
You're better
if
than
he's
Andy Dalton.
I know.
like
And if he's playing, though, he's going to put up fantasy numbers. Like, listen, I'm not sold on Jalen Hurts either, but I had him top 10. You gotta acknowledge the rushing production that could come there, and he's a downfield thrower. You know,
yeah. I mean,
I would take a flyer on him late rounds as a backup quarterback. Yeah, he could be winning you games in week 4 on.
it depends on how many bench spots you have, though, too.
That's also true.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna stash a backup quarterback on my team just to, in hopes that he's going to
can't
start one
hardly.
day. Yeah, exactly.
Can't
So
do
you
that.
just can't do that. So for me, I wouldn't draft him because he's not starting. But if he was
Yeah.
starting, he might be draftable. If you didn't want to take one of the top, quarterbacks in the draft, you have the last 12 to 15, and if he's there for you, then maybe you take a shot. Why not, right? Like, I don't know. That's where I see Justin Fields.
I just saw something from Pops. Pops is getting excited about the wide receivers. He says, give me your top 10 receivers. I just want to remind everybody that on Friday's show, you will see our top 10 receiver list. And by the way, we will not have a second live stream this week due to scheduling. But starting next week, we're doing 2 live streams, Mondays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. every week, right before Monday Night Football and Thursday Night Football.
Pawn your head tops.
All right? I just want to remind the audience of that one more time. All right? They said boo. Damn. Oh, ouch. Anyway.
Keep that same energy.
One other thing, though. Cole Kmet, keep an eye. He's a talented tight end, but we'll have to see how much Jimmy Graham eats into his production.
Yeah.
The aging corpse of Jimmy Graham still out there catching touchdowns.
One-handed touchdowns, that is.
Jeez.
Yeah, there was a couple snags he had last year. I was surprised.
Are the Bears a playoff team, guys? Not to
Are they a
cut you
playoff
off,
team?
Nick.
No. We can move on. They're not a playoff
I
team.
don't think so either.
No.
But it would be interesting if Fields is starting week 1. Then I'd say they might be in the conversation for that final wild card.
No.
It all depends.